In a small village surrounded by dusty hills, the rains had not come for months. The rivers dried up, the crops withered, and the animals grew thin. Every day, the villagers gathered under a great baobab tree to pray for rain. Their voices rose together in hope, but the skies remained dry and empty. Among the villagers was Kwesi, a hardworking farmer who lived alone on the edge of the village. Though he worked harder than most, the drought had taken its toll on his farm too. One day, as Kwesi dug a deep hole in search of water, his hoe struck something hard. He brushed away the dirt and uncovered a shiny, black calabash. It shimmered faintly in the sunlight. To his surprise, the calabash spoke, "Ask for rain, and I shall give it to you." Kwesi's eyes widened with disbelief, but he decided to test it. That night, he held the calabash and whispered, "Rain, fall on my farm alone." The next morning, Kwesi woke to find his fields lush and green. The rain had fallen only on his farm. At first, Kwesi was overjoyed. He worked tirelessly to tend his crops, harvesting fresh vegetables and grain. But soon, the other villagers began to notice. Their own farms were still dry and barren. The people whispered among themselves, wondering how Kwesi's farm could thrive while they suffered. When they asked Kwesi to share his secret, he shrugged and said, "I am just lucky. Maybe the gods favor me." The villagers pleaded for his help, but Kwesi refused. He thought to himself, "I found the calabash. I worked hard for this. Why should I share?" That night, as Kwesi sat under the stars, admiring his flourishing fields, the calabash spoke again. "You have used my power selfishly," it said in a deep, echoing voice. "If you do not share the rain, you will lose everything." Kwesi laughed. "Lose everything? I am the one who toils in the sun. The rain is mine." The next morning, dark clouds gathered over Kwesi's farm. But instead of the gentle rain he expected, a fierce storm broke out. The wind howled, tearing through his crops, and the rain poured down in torrents, flooding his fields. By nightfall, all of Kwesi's hard work was gone. His once green farm was a muddy, ruined mess. Ashamed and broken, Kwesi went to the village and confessed everything. He told them about the magical calabash and his selfishness. The villagers were angry, but the elders reminded everyone that forgiveness was the only way forward. Together, they helped Kwesi rebuild his farm. This time, Kwesi shared the calabash with the whole village. Rain fell evenly on all their fields, and the crops grew greener than they had ever seen. The villagers celebrated with song and dance, and the calabash was placed in the village square as a symbol of unity. From that day on, Kwesi and the villagers learned an important lesson: true prosperity comes when we share our blessings.